Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is SKTV coming to you live from Phoenix, Arizona. My name is Teku Kene. It's good to be here again. I want to welcome all of you. I want to encourage you to go ahead and share the show. Today, we are going to be discussing Liberia once again. And today, we have two major talking points, two major area of discussion. And the first thing we're going to discuss today is whether or not President Weah's response to the sanction, whether that is enough. You know, the president, when it happened, he went ahead and suspended the government officials who were sanctioned or who were designated to be under the sanction. Specifically, three major government officials in major positions in the government of Liberia. Speaking of Nathaniel McGill, Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, also serving as serving as Chief of Staff of the President. Also, um, what the other person's name? Um, Sharina Sifa, uh, Sema Sarina Sifas, who is the Attorney General of the country. The chief prosecutor of the country was also sanctioned, and as well as the director of the National Port Authority. Um, his name is Bill Torway. Some people call him Bekube Jr. He's also sanctioned. So many Liberians believe that the president uh, should have or could have dismissed those individuals mentioned as opposed to suspension. However, we will we'll dig deeper into that conversation. And the second thing today to be discussed, is the the running mate of of the opposition leader, Mr. Alexander B. Cummings. We want to know, want to pick your mind, your brain on these things. Want to know who you think could serve as running mate or possible running mate or maybe a winnable running mate to Alexander B. Cummings. And the names there are a lot of names being thrown out there, but we have elected to choose three females and about three female, about four male. Um, whatever you think, whoever you think would be the best person, you will let us know. We will go to Liberia shortly. But what's going on here is that our colleagues in Liberia, speaking of Truth FM, was just with us a moment ago, but for some reason we have been disconnected with them. Hopefully, we will get connected shortly. We want to encourage all of you to go ahead and share the show, because this conversation is going to be very, very, very important that you be a part of it. It's important that we all have our say, especially when it comes to who could be a possible running mate for Cummings, for Boakai. I think for President Weah, we already know is going to be the current Vice President, Madam Joel Howard Taylor. As for Cummings, we don't know yet. Boakai, we don't know yet. There are a lot of names being thrown out there. So we want to encourage each and every one of you to call us and have your say. Trust me, whatever you say, the information you gave are very, very important to the forward march of our country. So it's important that all of you give your opinion on these important subject matter. We want to encourage you to share the show. We will be back in a few minutes. As always, we're going to play some song here, and then we will come and continue with the show in a few minutes. Anything they say about me, please believe it. Mr. Melbourne Cooler, how you doing, sir?
Yes, I'm doing great. It's just that sometimes the internet business is really, but a little bit stressed out. But anyway, how be it? I'm doing great, thank God. And all is well here in Liberia. Yes, we all doing great here in Liberia. And today's the 18th day though in the month of August. And yeah, so I'm well.
Thank you very, very much. So I want to welcome our viewers and listeners from Liberia. I want to welcome all of you from around the world that are watching us through Facebook. And if you are listening to us through the radio station, Truth FM 96.1, we want to welcome you. We want to say thank you for following SKTV every day we come on. And a big thank you. We will never forget to do this. A big thank you to the station, the management and team, and more so to our colleague there in studio, Johnson Mabon Kula, for making it possible for SKTV to be live on the radio. Every day we come on talking about Monday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. That wouldn't have been possible without the management and team of Truth FM. We are grateful. We remain humble for the partnership. So don't forget, folks, at 7 o'clock Liberian time, which will be 12 o'clock my time here, we will always go to the studio there in Liberia to bring you the news bulletin
The news bulletin.
as it happens. Liberia, we are not short of news. Every day, something new is happening, hopefully. But again, today, the conversation today is very, very, very interesting. First off, the first thing we're going to talk about is the sanction. The sanction, in a way, the president, speaking of George Weah, suspended the sanction or the designated government officials, the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, the Director of the National Port Authority, and the Solicitor General, Serena Cephas. So there are a lot of qualms, a lot of mixed feelings, mixed reactions as to whether or not the president did enough in response to the sanction. So we want to pick your mind, Liberian people, as to whether or not that was enough and what it means for Liberian government and Liberia as a whole, and what this sanction also means for the upcoming general um, elections, presidential and general elections. So it means a lot. And the second phase of our discussion will be, who do you think, who will you pick for for running mate to Mr. Alexander B. Cummings? There are a lot of names being thrown out there, but we have tried to get at least a few of them. Uh, in our calculation, we have about three female that we pick up based on the names that we heard. We have um, Yombly Kanga Lawrence. Uh, we have Edith Gonglo, Edith Gonglo, and we have Lima Bowie. So those are three big names. There are other names that came out, but we try to take the top three. And with no specific order, it doesn't mean that more people call this person or the other person. No. But these are top three names that have been thrown out there from the female perspective. Lima Bowie. So let's get that. And then from the male side, it's interesting. I heard some names that I could not imagine that those names would be called to be a running mate to Mr. Alexander B. Cummings. Like I said, with no specific order, you have um, Gaffon, Surprisingly, some people will be surprised to hear that name. We have Gafwan, for Gafwan to be the running mate. And we also have Tier 1 Gonglo. Yeah, we have Tier 1 Gonglo. And we also have Prince Moi. Prince Moi, the current senator from Bon County. And what was the other name? And we have Jeremiah Kum. So interestingly, there are names coming out that one will not think of, maybe based on the people's connections and their party affiliations, or maybe based on the fact that those people being somehow and somewhat in some governments have served either good way or bad way, but have served in government. So everybody thinking differently as to who they really think can be the running mate for what's his name? Alexander Cummings. Mind you,
Yes, and it was.
people are speaking from different standpoint, and those who are are talked to, for the most part, when it comes to these females, they feel like the fact that George Weah has a female on his team as running mate, and getting one of these females could somehow cancel out that narrative that, oh, the women should vote for Weah because he has a woman on his ticket. Or somebody say, no, it's not even about that. Women participation is very important. So having one of these female on the team could boost Cummings' morale and give him an edge. Somebody say, well, let's go for the county solidarity, the advantage of those big counties in Liberia. Beside Monserrate County or after Monserrate County, you have Nimba, you have Lofa, and you have Bon County. Somebody argue, and in fact, if you look at the counties in the southeast, you can combine 3, 4, 5 counties, and their votes cannot even reach the number of votes or registered voters in Nimba or Lofa County. So, in as much as the votes in the southeast is important, but you must get one of those or two of those big counties in order to give you the edge. Because Monrovia is like an elephant meat. Anybody can get their piece of Monrovia or Monserrate. But getting two of those populated counties could give you an edge. So if you are listening to us in Lofa, if you're listening to us in Bon County or Magibi or in Nimba County, wheresoever you are, we want to welcome you, want to encourage you to call us and tell us as to who you believe could be a better or best running mate or winnable running mate to Alexander Cummings. We are doing this for Cummings today. Maybe in the coming days, weeks, months, we could do the same thing for other candidates, whether is because
Wanna be
I'm,
the
I'm
former
talking,
vice president?
exactly, I'm talking about candidates who are yet to decide their running
Mhm.
mate. For the president, we already know exactly who is the running mate, but whether it's going to be
Mhm.
um, the former vice president, whether it's going to be other candidate who may come out later on, but we are talking about top 3 contenders right now. If you talk Liberia, if you talk Liberia politics, trust me, the 3 names that come to mind are President Weah, Joseph Juma Boakai, or Lieutenant B. Cummings. So the 2 topics today are very, very important. So we're going to deal with the sanction first. Mr. Kula, before I start to talk about this sanction, You are in Liberia. You live there. You go to the marketplaces. You always in a taxi. You know keke, moving around. What is the move, the feeling like in Liberia there as far as this sanction is concerned?
All right, Sekou, thank you so much. And to our listeners here in Liberia through the radio land, we also want to say welcome and thank you so much for also following this broadcast. Yes, actually, since the news broke up, I think on Monday, yes, sometime Monday, yeah, during the president or county tour, the news actually there are a lot of misreactions, but the more frustrating thing is
Uh-oh. Don't do that to us, internet. Well, I'm just saying the message from my colleague, Steve Bollet. My man, we miss you. We miss you. We know you will be here on the weekend, but
oh,
weekdays, yeah, we have a lot of good things going on here. You got to be a part of this conversation. Yeah,
yeah,
Mr.
exactly.
Bollet, for some reason, your internet was interrupted. Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. So as I was saying, I said our people back home actually on a very serious note, they are frustrated with that suspension because all they want is for the president to take serious action, and one of those serious action one dismiss those people, and send them to the court for persecution if found or guilty, then that would be good in order to get rid of the thing called corruption in Liberia. But just suspending someone is be like, oh yeah, that person they on suspension, so maybe anytime they can come back. These are things that in the mind right now of Liberians, especially the common, when you talk about suspension, they say, oh, that they met friend, how long? In fact, they met on payroll. In fact, they met still taking pay. So actually, so our people are not really happy with that suspension. Even though when it came up first, they were saying, okay, at least in take or in fact that's the first action, but they wanted to really see 12 action or more than that. So
So,
that's
so,
the kind
so,
of happen.
so, if I may ask you, that means majority of Liberians prefer there being a dismissal as opposed to suspension. That is that the
Exactly,
reality?
exactly. 90. Yes, I will tell you for free that 95% or 98% of Liberians want the president to dismiss these people and send them to court or whatever place, maybe for investigation or until either they found guilty or not. When they are found guilty, and let them be punished.
Hmm.
So these are kind of cause for so many Liberians back home.
Well, that's good to know. So you know this thing that people are playing with is not a joking matter. You know, maybe the president is saying something that many people are not saying. Just so you know, some of us we already have some names in our position, in our possession. I'm sorry.
Mm,
Talking about additional names to be added to the sanction list.
mm,
And this includes some people from the legislature
mm.
and some people from judiciary and additional people, some very much relevant people in this government. Mind you, if the president, you know, come on and dismiss the first three, that means other names to come should be automatically dismissed.
Mhm.
It seems like the president trying to play it safe. It seems like the president knows something that many people don't know. And for the president to even dismiss or even suspend these three key players, I know he has no power to dismiss elective elected officials. But assuming that somebody who is a senator or maybe who is a representative is suspended, I mean, is sanctioned or designated to be a part of this sanction, are we the Liberian people now? Because right now, we are putting all the pressure on the president, dismiss as opposed to suspension. Dismiss,
Yes,
fire them. So
yes,
Are we Liberian people now? Let's say one of the senators or representatives is sanctioned. Are we ready to get on the street or to go to the Capitol building and say this person must resign? Or we can put pressure on the president?
I think doing a talk show also because a few days, I think 2 days ago, Honorable Dallas did not have a press conference also saying that same thing, but there were counter reaction to his press conference. Some citizens were also saying that, well, you also have some of your colleagues who are also sanctions, and you're not even talking about that, but you're not talking about the people from the executive. So there were a lot of people criticizing.
No. Right now, we don't know. It has not been officially, openly announced as to the names of representative or senator that could be also sanctioned.
Yeah,
However,
but
should that be the case? Now, I'm not speaking of Dillon now as a senator. What about the Liberian people? Because people can talk, but actions matter. Right now,
exactly.
the president went ahead and suspended. We are saying it's not enough. But what if somebody from the legislature is sanctioned? Are we, the Liberian people, going to go to the Capitol building? Or we're going to pressure other senators or representatives to make sure that person is expelled or suspended? Or are we going
But
to demand that lawmaker to say, you know what, you have to resign? And to what extent are we going to go?
I like that. And
Because
the sanction listing, let me not cut you off. The sanction listing came from the parliament. You know, right?
what do you mean?
That there are few senators that have been sanctioned, like can travel. I think you know that, and I know that, and they are still working.
Hold on. Travel ban on some senators. I have no documentation about that.
Okay.
But we're talking about this Manisky sanction
Okay.
that just came down. And mind you, that is different from any other sanction in the past. This is a new sanction that came to play after uh,
2017.
President Obama's term. So this is something that says we are not going to work with them. We're going to freeze all your account. We're going to block all your account. If you are part of any business or own 50% of any business, that business itself in America here will be blocked. And any institution or government or individuals around the world should not work with you. If anybody try to work with you, that person or institution or country risk of being sanctioned or other punitive action. So I'm telling you now, assuming that one of the senator or representative is sanctioned, are we going to say this person should resign? And if not, the senators and other representatives who are working with those people, if they are sanctioned, they too will risk of being sanctioned because they say you shouldn't work with them, do no business or any transaction with them. And beyond the senator, beyond the House of Representatives or the Senate, are we Liberians on the ground ready to take the street to say, you know what? If there's a senator in here who is sanctioned by America, America being the biggest donor and the most important partners, the most important partner of Liberia, you know very well Even Charles Taylor, with all his defiance, arrogance, and everything he had while he was going through the court process, he made it very clear. One of the regrets of him is not being able to work with the United States, not being able to get the United States on his side. So we know very well any government, for that matter, like it or not, sometimes they will dismiss, they will try to act like it's nothing, they will like, downplay as if it's nothing. But deep down, the president and many officials in government today they are having sleepless night and pondering as to which way to go. So, what I want to hear from the Liberian people, do you think this decision for the president is enough? And if not, what do you want him to do? You want them to suspend them. And if, or whether or not the president suspends, dismiss these people, additional sanction that is coming, if there are any legislator in there, are you going to say that person should resign? Or the senators or the people in the House of Representatives, like Senator Dillon Day, he came out and clearly told the president to dismiss the people instead of suspension. Assuming we have one of the senators in there, we do not have the gut, the audacity, the courage to say, hey, or to gather his colleagues around and say, hey, gentlemen, or ladies and gentlemen, my fellow senators, one of our colleagues is now being sanctioned. And if we continue to work with him or her, we will put ourselves in problem. And it's now a good thing for this to happen when you have the courage, muster the courage to say, you know what, let this person resign from the Senate. Or let's somehow expel this person from this, because they have the power to do that through vote. So those are the questions. I want us to open the line first in Liberia to get the feelings and the minds of Liberians as to how they think or what they think about suspended, suspended officials, whether president should do more by firing them. And if should there be anybody from the legislature that will be sanctioned? The Liberian people are going to ask that person to resign. Is the Senate or the House of Representatives will muster the courage to expel or ask that person to resign? Open the line for the people in Liberia. Let's hear from them.
All right. So if you dare, the time check is exactly 8 minutes clear to 7 o'clock. You can place in your calls now to 0770 203125. Again, 0770 203125. And you'll be live on Truth FM 96.1 and make your own input on the topic on a discussion on tonight on SKTV. So if you're there, yes, please don't beat me. We say call. So just stop flashing. So okay, so let me go to the line, pick our first call. No, 0770 2031 25, and you'll be live on Truth FM 96.1. Make if I want your own input on the topic I've been discussed on tonight by the SKTV family. Hello.
Yeah, hello, how are you?
I'm doing great. What's your name and where you joining us from?
I'm B. Christopher calling from Queensville.
Okay. You just listen to Sekou, and so what's your own input on it?
We are having problems, serious problem with the internet. This is not good. Hopefully, we will get the line back on. Yeah, somebody is saying, oh, Vanny Sherman and Prince Johnson, um, where I mean are sanctioned, or maybe they have travel ban. We are talking about the Magnitsky sanction. The Magnitsky sanction that just came down was not only clear but was very much detailed. Was detailed to the extent they are telling you what they are not only telling you what they will do, but they are telling you what you should do or what you shouldn't do. They're telling you that they will suspend, that they will block, freeze the accounts of those people. And if they have any business here in America or bank account, not only those will be freeze, but any other businesses that they are a part of or they own 50% of will also be blocked. But then they went outside of the United States, that any other individual or institution will work with them. You too could be sanctioned and other action will be taken against you. I'm not sure if that was the same for Vani Sherman or Prince Johnson. However, for the Senate, Liberian Senate, to continue to work with those people under the condition that they are under, it speaks volume. There was something about something that we already know. It speaks volume for the fact that these people, they don't have the guts, they don't have the spine to stand up to one of their own. Liberian government, the legislature, is almost like what we call in Liberia elephant meat. Everybody can just come there to eat their own and care less about what happened to the country, what image it portrays. They care less about nothing. So it's very, very, very important that you understand that part. Just a second here. I'm going to play just a short break music to make sure we get things going clearly in Liberia, because we really, really want to make sure we talk to our people in Liberia. Just a few minutes, maybe 1 or 2 minutes.
First time I saw your face, I knew I was in love. Baby, your smile takes my breath away. And they can say what I want, girl, I don't mind, as long as you are by my side. Baby, you smile of paradise. Baby, girl, come be my love life. How many times do you want me to say I love you? Cause then I tell the world I do. Even you want me, girl, I do. Baby, girl, come be my love life. Inikuma. Yega ampa ilikuwa. Anyway, you will.
We apologize for that brief break, because we normally don't take a break that time. We were still working, trying to make sure that we got a radio station on here. It looks like we are back.
Thank you so much. So, Seku is not relevant. Yeah, hello, how you doing? Quickly, tell us second, no time.
Yeah, this is Bishop calling from Ramafi Highway.
All right, Bishop, go ahead quickly. Dismissal or suspension? Where do you stand?
I want the president to dismiss immediately.
And can't forget about decoration, right? Because when you suspend a decoration.
Sure.
All right, thank you so much. So yeah, thank you. Yeah, so no time. Seku, you know some people can decorate, right? They think can
Yeah.
give battle, but you can just put your list something
As
and
a matter of
just
fact,
decorate. Yeah,
yeah, as
so
a
we had
matter
to
of
go Seku for the news.
okay, no problem. Let's take the news there, and we will be right back with the show.
Yeah, exactly. Then we'll come back.
In a few minutes, they will take a lot of calls from both
Yeah,
Nigeria and Canada.
yes, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So if you're there, please don't do that. Touch it down. Don't get it set to Truth FM 96.1. The heart and soul of Liberia, and the time check is a
Sorry, yeah.
Truth FM 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia. Get the best of news, views.
Well, we just lost them. Unfortunately, we will continue with the conversation here. Those of you who are watching and listening, you can also call us from here. I think Mr. Bully is calling, want to join the conversation. Mr. Steve Bully, how are you, sir?
I'm doing very well. I could have been able to come on live. I told you I was going to move break, but once you come up in the move break, then I will come on live for the next.
No. We just lost the connection with the people. You can come live. We can have a conversation until the news. We can miss today's news. That's okay. Because
Okay,
because they're struggling with the internet there.
Okay, give me a second. Let me get log in so I can come on live. All right.
Okay. it,
Example and others follow. RCI is the premier source of accurate news. Bulletin is up next.
Hello, caller. What is your name and where you calling from? Hello. 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 All right.
United Bank for Africa (UBA) in Accra, Ghana, has reportedly blocked the private account of suspended Presidential Affairs Minister Nathaniel Magay, allegedly containing $4 million United States dollars, as reported by a Liberian online news website, Global News Network, or GNN. The civil law court has issued an arrest order for Police Inspector General Colonel Patrick Sudo. Opposition leader Alexander Cummings has vowed to audit the George Weah administration if elected as president in the 2023 elections, and also says any attempt by Liberians to give the George Weah administration a second term, it will be a disaster for the country. Away from whom Kenya's President-elect William Ruto and his main rival in the recent election, Raila Odinga, have met with U.S. Senator Chris Coons, who is on a 5-country Africa visit. United Bank for Africa (UBA) in Accra, Ghana, has reportedly blocked the private account of suspended Presidential Affairs Minister Nathaniel Magay, allegedly containing $4 million United States dollars, as reported by a Liberian online news website, Global News Network. According to GNN Liberia, the bank's action followed on instruction from the Sanctions Committee. Minister McGill and two other top officials of the Weah government were recently sanctioned by the U.S. Department of Treasury for acts of corruption. GNet Liberia Coast souls in Accra are saying the order was issued to the bank from the United States and to other banking institutions where McGill may have deposited his money. This is a result of the immediate enforcement of the sanctions order. Under the sanctions, all properties and interest in property of McGill and the other two officials, Bill Twelway and Serena Cephas, that are in the United States must be blocked and reported to Treasury, while people who engage in transactions with the officials may be subject to sanctions themselves, the statement said. While RCR News is yet to independently verify this information, we will bring you details as we have initiated contacts with UBA Ghana. The Civil Law Court has issued an arrest warrant for Police Inspector General Colonel Patrick Sudo. This followed the police chief's alleged refusal to appear before the Independent National Commission on Human Rights for inquiry regarding the Independence Day violence. Judge Nessis Amin's August 18 arrest order, according to RCR judicial correspondent, was triggered by an application filed by INCHR Chairperson Councillor Dempster Brown, as provided by Chapter 6, Subparagraph 4 of the INCHR 2005 Act. The law states, in case any person refuses to appear before the Commission in the context of an inquiry or investigation, the Commission may apply to any circuit court for a writ of arrest to compel the accused to appear before it. RCR judicial correspondent further said it remains unclear whether the court officers will succeed in apprehending the country's police inspector general, as they will need a same police as backup to execute the legal mandate. In another judicial news, the 6th Judicial Circuit Court, known as the Civil Law Court, has admitted 16 law school students into the Masarauda County Bar Association as attorneys at law. Judge Nessis Sami on Thursday urged the graduates to be robust in line with their legal duties as practicing lawyers. For his part, the president of the Liberia National Bar Association, Councillor Sylvester Rainey, told the new lawyers that being admitted does not make them members of the bar because LNBA has no information on them. Councillor Rainey, according to RCR judicial correspondent, urged the new lawyers to regularize their status with the bar, noting that in the absence of legal license, one cannot be considered a lawyer. The just ended admission ceremony was approved by Chief Justice Francis Kokpo before the 16 law school graduates were admitted to the Masarauda County Bar Association. Our judicial correspondent said the 16 graduates were among 34 candidates who successfully passed the Attorney at Law legal test, which was administered by the Board of Examiners of the Judiciary on May 1 this year at the Temple of Justice. Opposition leader Alexander Cummings has vowed to audit the George Weah administration if elected as president in the 2023 elections. The Alternative National Congress standard bearer noted that to improve the governance of the country, there is a need to question those who amass unjustified wealth during their administration at the expense of the ordinary people. Cummings said it is frustrating for a government to take over a country without auditing the previous administration. According to him, the country has lost international credibility since the ascendancy of the Weah government, predating increased hardship in the country if the CDC government is re-elected in 2023. Cummings was speaking Thursday on State of the Nation on Truth 96.1 FM. President George Weah says maintaining 18 years of unbroken peace in Liberia is a huge achievement which must be applauded by all Liberians. He is challenging Liberians to take the path of peace if the country must continue on the path of development. President George Weah is urging Liberians to join him in making Liberia a place of peace before any other consideration. According to the Liberian leader, Liberia cannot have sustainable development nor enjoy democracy in the midst of chaos. He spoke Thursday in Monrovia at the 2022 bicentennial edition of the National Kuka Tunnel Peace Festival at the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf Ministerial Complex in Congo Town. Ahead of the legislature plan to set a date for the conduct of the 2022 national census, a member of the House of Representatives, Larry Yonkwe, is calling for the suspension of indicted religious officials. According to Representative Yonkwe, allowing heads of legislation that are indicted for corruption to conduct the census would present a bad image of the country to partners. It can be recalled before the closure of the fifth section recently, the LACC, upon a revelation from an aggrieved deputy of legislation, indicted the executive director, Professor Francis Red, and two of his deputies, Lawrence George and Woodmont Smith, for acts of corruption. The Nima County District 8 lawmaker added that it will be unfortunate on the part of Liberia to allow the alleged corrupt officials of legislation to control a huge amount when their financial records are dark. Representative Yonkwe therefore called on Professor Francis Red, Wilmer Smith, and Lawrence George to resign their respective positions for an independent body to conduct the long-anticipated census. At the same time, the Nima County District 8 lawmaker says he welcomes the United States decision to place sanctions on corrupt officials of the George Weah government. Representative Yonkwe further called on the U.S. government to continue its stance in assuring that corrupt officials of government account for their actions. He at the same time called on President George Weah to stand tall and dismiss the three sanctions officials of his government to avoid doing any kind of business with them as warned by the U.S. government. Briefly up the home scene now, Kenya's President-elect William Ruto and his main rival in the recent election, Raila Odinga, have met with U.S. Senator Chris Coons, who is on a five-country Africa visit. The U.S. has not yet congratulated Mr. Ruto following the official declaration that he had won last week's election. Mr. Odinga has said he does not recognize the result. Senator Coons and his delegation will also meet with President Uhuru Kenyatta. The senator arrived in the capital of Nairobi on Wednesday night, expected to talk with the three leaders on health, security, and economic prosperity, the U.S. Embassy said. The delegation will also meet conservationists, health providers, and organizations working to empower girls. To end this news, let's take a look at the main points once again. United Bank for Africa (UBA) in Accra, Ghana, has reportedly blocked the private account of suspended Presidential Affairs Minister Nathaniel Magay, allegedly containing $4 million as reported by a Liberian online news website, Global News Network. The Civil Law Court has issued an arrest warrant for Police Inspector General Colonel Patrick Sulu following his alleged refusal to appear before the Independent National Commission on Human Rights for inquiry regarding the Independence Day violence. Opposition leader Alexander Cummings has vowed to audit the George Weah administration if elected as president in the 2023 elections. And Kenya's President-elect William Ruto and his main rival in the recent election, Raila Odinga, have met with U.S. Senator Chris Coons, who is on a 5-country Africa visit. That's our SIA latest news bulletin with Edward Kennedy. Good evening.
And the time check is exactly 40 minutes past 7 o'clock. Join the station again. That will be Seku Afin. He just listened to the news and it's not really, he said, just getting interesting day by day and minute by minute, hour by hour. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you
Are you
very
getting
much.
me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm getting you.
All right, I was laughing because
Yeah.
the news was getting so interesting, and some people started to say, "Oh, is this CNN news or this is BBC World Service news?"
$4 million has been
So
seized.
we got I got three big news out of that news bulletin. Before we go back to the line, first it was a little bit shocking to hear that $4 million reportedly been um, frozen in a bank account in
Seized.
Ghana.
Yes.
Imagine $4 million in bank account in Ghana. How many $1 million in other accounts in Liberia? How many $1 million in other accounts in the United States, America,
Wow.
Europe, in other part of the world? So this is scary. This is why it's important that we take these things seriously. Okay, if Ghana, a bank in Ghana, can adhere to the demands of the United States and took action right away with no delay, what about we Liberian? And this is about us. It's about our children. It's about the future
Exactly.
of our country. If Ghana can do this to adhere to the United States fight against corruption, human rights violations, and other heinous crimes, if Ghana bank can do this, this is not even Ghana government, a bank in Ghana. If they can do this, tell me, what are
Yes,
we
it's
doing
a
as a
bingo.
people? So I want you to continue to open the line, and then we'll do this for just like five minutes, right? And then we will go to the second issue about the running mate. But I want to take as many calls
Okay.
in
Yes.
period about regarding what do the people think about the and I said three. Hold on one second before you take the next call, right? I said three things, right?
Yeah, I have because
Yeah,
yeah, for the news bulletin.
yeah. First thing I got from there that is very very important is that news from Ghana, and I hope it's true because it's stay an alert. We cannot independently verify the information, but I believe news being read on one of the most reputable platform in Liberia, Truth FM. I know they will not just come and just read fake news.
No.
I don't believe that. So I believe the news is authentic and is a good step in the right direction. Right step in the right direction. So the second thing is the arrest warrant for the police director.
Yes.
So who's going to arrest him? We do not have that orderly and reputable chain of command in Liberia, especially
No.
when a director of police is being issued an arrest warrant against the director of police. The deputy director, the assistant director for administration for operation should be clothed with authority to execute the order. As a matter of fact, the order should come from the the Attorney General to arrest the police director, or talking about Justice Ministry. Whether the Minister of
Yes.
People can do it or the Attorney General can do it, but once an arrest warrant is issued against the police director, that order should come directly from the Ministry of Justice,
From
and
the
that order
Ministry of
should be
Justice.
executed and directly. Like you can give the right order to the deputy director for operation that make sure you bring the living body of the police director to and the police director for his part should submit himself without any resistance, without no fighting, to submit himself to the order of the law. Because if you are a law enforcement officer, when the law is issued against you, you should be able to submit.
Against you, yeah.
So that's one of the biggest thing I got heard today in today's news bulletin. And I wish I could listen to the news itself.
Now I'll say by 8 o'clock.
Yeah, because it will be even more detailed.
And another news.
And then the third thing I want to talk about.
Before maybe
Alexander Cummings is vowed.
Yes.
So Alexander Cummings is vowed to audit the Weah-led government. That's the big deal. Because this is something we have failed to do. We have failed to audit Ellen, the past government of Ellen, and allow a lot of things to pass simply because Ellen helped him win the election. Now, Cummings is saying he will audit the government before him if he becomes president. That is the big deal. That is the breaking news as well. And hopefully we will dig deeper. We want to go back to the line to discuss this very important suspension or dismissal issue. It's very, very important. Let's take 5 minutes to take some calls from there regarding that particular topic, and then we can switch around to the next topic.
Exactly. Okay, so if you're there, you can place in your calls to 0770 20 31 25, again 0770 203125, and please be safer. Yes, even though another news adding to the current news. Yeah, how you doing?
I'm fine. Speaking from schoolroom.
Okay, go ahead. About your background.
For me, I prefer the president to the president. The president is president.
Okay.
That is the main thing.
All right. Okay, thank you. Let the president dismiss them instead of suspending them. Go ahead. Hello, what's your name? Hello?
It looks like we are having some internet issue again in Liberia. Hopefully we will get it fixed as soon as possible. But yeah, you can also place your call from here in the United States or around the world if you have a question, concern, or comment on the subject matter. Specifically, we are discussing the sanction. Is the sanction on this government, the action taken by the president? Do you think that action is sufficient enough? Let's take the first caller here. I think this is Emmanuel Collier. Caller 612 number, please hold the line. Let's go to Emmanuel Collier here. Mr. Collier, how are you?
Hello?
Hello?
Am I live?
You're live, yes.
Okay, so you asked a question. What do we think about your reaction to the sanction, correct?
Yeah, do you think suspension is enough or not?
Say that again, I'm sorry.
Do you think the suspension of the three individuals is enough? Suspension is enough for you or not?
The answer is no. And here is the reason why.
Yeah, but we.
Joy Weah.
Yeah, go ahead. We have 1 minute because we are going back on the radio.
Joy Weah, and 95% of his government officials, they are not intelligent. They are not diplomats. They are not human. They are big. They are wicked. They are heartless. And so something like sanction in the diplomatic language, it means a lot. But they are rebels. They are insurgent group that's taking over the country and using the country the way they're using the country. Second, let me say this to the Liberian people. A second government that have a financial issue and the only thing that government, no war fighting, that government take upon itself and murder that whole other thing group. Don't take these people for a joke. You can listen to Maputo Nyupa's story when Nathaniel Mange is saying they ate fish. He didn't know the fish company ate his fish on the day they ate his fish, the man could lie. He didn't come out alive until he dead. These are dangerous groups sitting over the country. And a Liberian who think they want to rescue the country will sit down behind the bar and be ready press statement and be having press conferences and think that you see Joy Weah is seeing.
I want you to be brief, Mr. Colley. We have a lot of callers and we got to go back to the radio, please.
Joy Weah is saying he's suspending people and the people are right with him, like you said it on the show right there with your phone. They are patrolling in the country capital. Why do you think he did that to play on the intelligence of the Liberian people like he did a few days again after some Liberian were brutalized at the American embassy? He talked about they should arrest them, and you see how they played it up. Joy Weah need to be removed with the citizen forces. Okay, no gun, no knife, but we need to gather our forces together and make sure and throw the people over the country.
Thank you.
Enough, and it will never be enough, and that is not even moving them because they don't understand diplomatic language. They are criminals, they are insurgents, they are bandits, they are rebel groups.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Caller, hold the line. We have a lot of callers here, so we will go back to Liberia, but we have to let's answer these calls first. Caller 612-3309. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Oh, thank you very much, Sekou. This is Prince Williams. I'm calling from Tennessee, the volunteer state.
Let me hear from you, sir.
Yeah, Sekou. The question, is that first of all, let me take this time to commend George Manneh Weah for taking such a decisive action of suspending those individuals in questions. And the reason I'm commending him is because it just makes our case much more easier to validate. I think, Sekou, you've been on this platform and you've been preaching and speaking against the malfeasance and corruptions that have been taking place under the watch of George Manneh Weah. And people have been saying that we only just accusing this man because we don't like him, we don't like this guy, we've been accusing him. But the fact that the information about this guy's corruption has surfaced through a reputable country and institution that does thorough investigation, and yes, still George Manneh Weah only decisive action is instead of him playing a leadership role by firing this guy and sending them off for further indictment and investigation and prosecution, rather he's suspending them. It's a clear indication that George Weah is complacent to the corruption, and the only thing he can do is that to shield this guy. And the longer he keeps them around under suspension, the more we'll have to be able to make the case. So he just a gift keep giving, and we appreciate him for doing that. And we know that as the American ambassador said, seize the day. John Weah had also seizing the day. He chose to seize the night, but we the Liberian people will seize the day, and we'll call on John Weah resignation effective immediately. Thank you very much.
Wow, thank you very much. Let's go to the next caller here, 612. And last four DJ is 5192. 5192. What is your name and where are you calling from?
This is Mohammed Dolan calling from Minnesota.
Go ahead, sir.
I think
the suspension is not enough. The news that just came out today, that is a clear manifestation that these guys need to be arrested. Because if you can get a $4 million in a bank in Ghana, what about the banks in Liberia and other countries? So they need to be arrested. The suspension is not enough. I'm just beating them. That's all I have to say. I'll take my answer off there. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you very much, sir. Let's take the last caller here for now.
Yes, so
So, caller, what is your name?
the book.
484. The line is jamming up. 484. Are you there? Last 4 DJ 5995.
Hello.
Yes.
Sheku, how you doing? My name is Mustafa from Pennsylvania.
Mustafa Balu from Pennsylvania. Go ahead, sir. What is your take? You think the suspension is enough?
No, suspension is not enough.
So, what do you want to see?
They need to be expelled.
And then will you let the see them prosecuted?
Yes, they need to go and face the competent court of jurisdiction because number one, we know the history of Nathaniel McGill. But you know it reached me in Liberia. When McGill came to the president, as an assistant to the president, he reached today at McGill died. We saw the case with Arizona Cummings when the general was in charge trying to use a case against another political leader of our country. So how that case went was money and dead, but at the end of the day, were defeated. You cannot hear about the thing. And so they let FG, and then you express something. We saw when the lady here do the SG of the problem bacteria. They're not being fired from the board of bacteria. You know, Tara, when the story came out, I remember a story from the camp.
I want you to be brief if you can, please.
Okay, yeah, let me just make it.
Yeah. Go straight to the point.
We saw everything. So the point is, Liberia need to stand on their feet. We need to put out a massive protest. Because Judge Weah is heartless. We have private in to put the federal McDonald to it down. Just in case the decision was not going to come out.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you, sir. Thank you. So let's go back to Liberia. We'll take a few calls just on this sanction issue, and then we'll start taking calls about the running mate for Mr. Alexander B. Cummings. On that list, we have 3 females. Here, we have 4 males. We have Senator Yomli Kanga Lawrence, we have Edith Gonglo and Lima Bowie for those are suggested names for Cummings' vice president pick. And we have Gafuan, we have Tiawan Gonglo, we have Prince Moy, and we have Jeremiah Kuhn. So those names that I just read to you are names that have been suggested, not to Cummings, but to us, by many people that we talk to. Some are key players in Liberia, some are, not that much or key player, but these are various opinions from different people that want to see a better Liberia. So we ask, tell us some of the good people, some of the good names that you think are winnable candidate. If you think Cummings can pull this thing out, who you think Cummings should run with? And these were the names that came. So just take maybe 2 more calls on the issue of the sanction, and then the question about who do you want for Cummings' vice presidential pick?
All right. So if you're there, you can, Sam.
The internet been giving you problems. I know. It's very
yeah. Seriously. Yeah. And hello. Yeah. Go ahead. This is the Truth FM. What's your name and where you joining us from?
Okay, thank you. My name is True Want to Go in appointment at station number 5.
Okay.
I listened to you that there's some breaking news coming up from one of the banks in the UK in Ghana. And,
Yeah.
She said True FM is a very radio station, and then it would happen, but now enhance force or some information. So I want to
question. Everyone said, "Well, President George like dismiss those three that have been sanctioned to dismiss them immediately." But for me, the suspension is might not be to us. It might not be sufficient. But I would love to provide. Should I right? I would love to provide. We got to go and say that you so because the right people in there don't have to do my deal, somebody, and let's say to personally that problem. Potential investors who are those we need to know. So let them have to get in court, and after that, your people will not be here. Remember, joke. So what I look at like people who are peace, even though everybody angry, they stole this, that, what I say, you so when the station, the first caller, we started, he said, I made a room. No, you report to, don't you point to go, I get a go on the telephone, with a show, and you have the radio station, you bring the post to know. Exactly.
All right. All right. Thank you. So, hello?
Hello?
Yeah. What's your name and where you joining from?
Yeah, my name is Johnson.
Yeah, my man, you gotta be a bit audible because we are. Yeah.
Let you put some energy in your voice.
Okay. Yeah, my man. Yeah, my man. What happened? You're not looking happy.
Yeah, I've read one of them because the president on my job, I don't even support it. I just got on I hope I get to us and see about that man. We see how they can be beyond that. All them was suspension. A suspension thing that's one of man is Lord to make money all our own Lord. But somehow we are bigger now that man. So somehow we are in that suspension.
All right. So the president you cut off is counted tour and focus on. Okay, thank you. We're not happy. So what is the essence of us coming to you? So I'll just take one or two more calls. Then because we got to go to our next discussion. So please, only one or two more calls. Then I call over to Sekou. Yeah. So 0770-2031-25. If no call, then Sekou, I think it'll be okay. That because I think everyone here in Liberia.
Pretty much everybody that we talk that are call in, everybody is saying that the man should have dismissed the people as opposed to suspension. But we want to encourage each and every one of you. Tell us who you think should be the vice presidential pick for Cummings. On the female, we have Yombli Kanga Lawrence, Edith Gunglo, and Lima Bowie. On the male side, we have Gafuan, we have Tiawan Gunglo, Prince Moi, and Jeremiah Kong. Tell us who you think is best fit to be the vice president for Cummings. Call us, whether you're in the diaspora, whether you are in Liberia. Call in. Whenever you call, we will take your call, and we will give preference to Liberians because people in Liberia we have a limited time there, and besides,
So please,
go ahead.
Because Sekou quickly. We are done. Yeah, we are done with the first topic. So please, we don't want people bringing us back here and there, please. So if you call us, just talk about Alexander Cummings, our running mate. Who you think will be best for his running mate? That's what we are talking about now. So please don't call us and be talking about the person we are suspending again. Hello. Yeah.
Very low.
So that so the Liberty Party, the Liberty Palestine Bureau, right? Okay. All right, thank you. You already said Senator Yombli Kanga Lawrence should go as our running mate. Hello.
Good evening.
Yeah, my brother. Good evening. What's your name and where you joining us from?
I'm famous from Senior from Mauritius Rock District number 3, Monserrado County.
Okay, so we are discussing who you think would be best or suited as a running mate to Honorable Alexander Cummings for the 2023 election.
My choice is Lima Bowie.
Lima Bowie. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. So keep a calls coming to 0777. Yeah.
Taking note here. So,
yeah, that's what I want you to do. Yes, exactly. So, Senator Lawrence, got one, and Lima Bowie, also got one. So keep a calls coming to 0770 203125 and tell us, like, let the cat out of the bag. What's in your mind? Tell us that, yes, I want this person to go as a running mate to Honorable Alexander Cummings. So I think if you get caught on my side, yeah. But
it looks like our colleague just joined us. Steve Bully just got here. Let's bring him on.
All right. So 1 minute, Steve.
Steve,
Steve. 1 minute. Hello.
If you have a caller, Steve, don't mind. You only mind.
Yeah. I think good. Hello. Yeah. We are doing great. Thank God. What's your name? Where you joining us from?
I'm speaking to you from the
Okay.
I will consult by getting from Bokar.
Okay, the candidate from Bon County, that Senator
Prince Moy.
Prince Moy, right? Okay, Senator Prince Moy. Okay, so Senator Prince Moy should go as running mate to Honorable Alexander Cummings. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, what's your name quickly and where you joining us from?
This is Mr. Piato Emmanuel calling for district number 4, Ominga community.
Okay, so who your choice for the first person, in fact, running mate to Honorable Alexander Cummings?
That whole party, I'm not interested in it, so I'm not really interested. I want to talk about our president personally.
No, we already done with that already. So thank you so much. Hello. Yeah, how you doing? What's your name? Yeah.
Well, my name is Abby Reyes from Grand Bassa County.
Okay, from Grand Bassa County. That's great.
Yeah, and I'm following you. I'm enjoying the show tonight. Topic on discussion. I'm enjoying it, but I got a sad news for me. I tried making my way through where I was discussing about extension, but I couldn't make my way until I go to another topic. But anyway, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
I would like for Yogi Kanga to be vice president to Alexander Cummings because she's a stand-up girl of a big party, and then everybody knows the strength she has in this country. She's a political giant for Grand Bassa County, so I would like her to be the running mate.
Thank you so much for your participation and to this call. How many calls am I allowed to take?
Yeah, I want you to take two.
Yeah, hello, how you doing?
Because Steve is at work, so you can chip in and then you can continue on the call.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead quickly. Yeah.
Yes, me, my association around in all our people because the same thing we are sleeping today. Federal government card is in all government, in your government. Exactly, a neutral man. That is being neutral person. Why were you coming before? That's like that's way.
Okay.
But if you all the sitting, we part you again.
Yeah, but you still need someone to represent you, bro.
No, that's true. Oh, that's true.
Okay. All right, thank you. So, hello.
Hello.
Yeah, how you doing?
Let that be the last call for now, and then go to Steve. We'll go back to the line later.
Okay, go ahead. You are our last call.
For now.
Okay, for now. All right, Lima Bowie. All right, thank you so much. And Segu, I think the fellow that left from the line said that Alexander Cummings should look for someone that is straight like him. That's his own suggestion. Maybe yeah.
I mean, all the people that put in they're not straight.
No. So okay. You say you
all right, Steve, welcome to SKTV. How you doing, my brother? I know we miss you, but I mean, as time go by, I know we will get adjusted. What's up?
Well, yeah. Well, it's good to show face during the week.
Yeah.
I see my man on there laughing all day in situation you can handle.
Yeah, but no, it's good, man. Welcome back. Welcome at least.
Thank you. Well, Mr. Connor, I'll run in the conversations really quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
The first thing is all of the names that you have brought up um, for selection of vice presidency for Mr. Alexander Cummings. I first of all want to say that they are Liberians. I have to agree with one of the callers that said they should make sure to pick someone that's neutral or that has similar characteristic. But let's be quite honest, angels will not come from heaven. There are more bad people in Liberia than good people. That does not mean that there are not good people. So in his pick or selection, you don't want to also pick a vice president. You got to pass it around, be defending the record. It's a waste of time. No time for that. So I'd urge him to not pick somebody that has a baggage, that comes with a baggage that he has to pass around and defend the record, because his vice president would automatically be scrutinized as well, whether that woman or that man. The record will come to the public, and we'll make sure we go into that person's record. I don't care who they are. So he better the ANC people better get it together. I'm not saying go pick angel from heaven. It's not possible. But whoever they will pick, nobody's stupid yet. We'll look into the record too. We're not about to recycle one group of criminals for another group of criminals. That's not going to happen. That's not true. It is not true. So they should make sure to do what they need to do. Go pick who you want to pick, whether you pick them from a popular county or whatever it is. For me, I don't care. But you must make sure that by that time our schedule will be settled to the point where we can come here and bring more noise anytime. But let's get to our main. I see a couple of people passing around Facebook making noise. Last time I was on this show, I called in and said to the Liberian people that I call specifically the spoon talk. Let me say this to those of you who are listening in America. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't come in public to lie. Anything I say in public, I have facts to back it. Anything. If you don't believe it, that's none of your business. You don't have to believe what I say. That's not. I don't care about you believe me or not. I care about the facts. If you think this Nathaniel Madio thing is a joke, you're watching. See, it just started. The noise just started. The thing that they didn't even increase the noise yet. You're passing around, you're jittering, you're checking. You ain't check yet. Don't get serious. Those of you who are passing around defending Nathaniel Madio, I see what you mean. Eugene Pagon talking about your foolishness. I'll call one or two people names. I see Kev Hassan. I see other people trying to make it look like it's an intellectual conversation. Let me tell you something. Nathaniel Magio's name has gone into federal database and record here. When you type his name into it, it comes out as a criminal. Let me say it to you. It comes out as a criminal. So all that your foolish talk you're passing around with, and it's alleged. It's alleged. There is nothing alleged. This is not your Labrador talk where you can get Sereno C4 and pass around talk foolishness. And not Labrador people you're dealing with. People are speaking with facts and evidences. This is not ECOWAS or UN quote. I heard a bit and piece of Edwin Melvin Snow talking. If I were Edwin Melvin Snow, I would slow down, shut up, and keep doing what I'm doing. Because he might most likely be part of this noise. Keep what I've said today. He needs to be careful. He needs to shut his mouth about the whole thing. He got nothing to talk about it. This is not a UN sanction. This is a United States sanction. And this is targeted. We told you long before. Edwin Snow, slow down. Lead the conversation. It's not concerning you. When they ask you about it, you don't know about it, keep on doing your diplomatic work or your work you're doing. Leave this thing. You don't put yourself inside. Leave this thing. That is your business. I heard you last night was talking funny talk. Leave the thing. This issue with Nathaniel Maggio, Mr. Kane.
Hold on. Yeah, before you go, you say Eddie Snow lead thing is not your business or whatever right now about you. How do you know it's not about him? How do you know Eddie Snow could make it to? I mean, we don't know whether he could make it to the list as well. So how can you tell the man to leave it? Maybe the man got some information that you don't have.
Eddie Snow.
If I'm Eddie Snow and I'm hearing something that you don't know, I have the right to come and defend other people because
you know what Eddie Snow need to do? You know what Edwin Snow needs to do?
Maybe it's inside. He doesn't. We don't know.
You know what Edwin Snow needs to do? You know what Edwin Snow needs to do? He needs to lawyer up and start having background conversation. I'm saying it again. I'm not missing my words. He needs to lawyer up and start having background conversation. He needs to start talking to the public. Remember a week before the sanction could come out, Nathaniel McGill came in public and was defiant. He thought this was a joke. He said, even if we're stealing, Thomas Fowler made a similar thing. Thomas Fowler, Edwin Snow, what the other one that can be acting smooth like he's smart. What he mean? Eugene Nangbe, he can be acting smooth like he's smart. He's not smooth. Eugene Nangbe, you're not smooth. You're smooth, brother. You're not smooth. You are not smooth. But here's the thing, Mr. Connor. Here's what I want to say. Edwin Snow needs to start talking. He needs to go sit down. If he needs to lawyer up, he needs to lawyer up. These guys know exactly what's up.
So let me ask you. For Edwin Snow to shut up right now or talk, would I help or hurt? If and I'm saying only if, assuming that Edwin Snow could potentially be added to the list, or maybe it's on the list. I'm just saying potentially, right? Talking or not talking, what would be the difference?
First of all, somebody play music.
Yeah, I think. Hold on, let me take care of that. Mr. Mayborn Kula, can you hear us?
No, I think you're frozen.
I think the line is freezing. Go ahead.
So let me point out something to you, Mr. Kane. When you are under this kind of big crime alert, the best you can do for yourself is to shut up. Because remember when people arrest you or before they indict you, they say anything you say can be used against you in a court of law. The fact that he even trying to intellectualize or maybe Nathaniel McGill then think low to say that something that they're playing with is not a good sign for him. He need to lead the team. Leave it alone. Look, Mr. Kane, let me say this. You know, we don't say these things because we don't love Liberians or we don't love the government or we don't love the president or Nathaniel McGill. We say these things because we know exactly what's at the end. We know what's going to happen. As we speak now, Edwin Snow's wife, she has a green card. They will sweep it for her.
Who?
They take it from her.
Who?
Edwin Snow's wife, Nathaniel McGill's wife, the green card, they collect them. Let me tell you something, Mr. Kane.
Nathaniel McGill's wife, a green card, they took it from her?
They take it from her.
Yeah.
Why are you carrying it for? Why are you carrying it? Anything I have to do with McGill now going forward, is under serious scrutiny. Anybody that got business dealing with McGill, you are under serious scrutiny. Anybody. And so I'm saying this to you.
So you think the bank in Ghana, right? Since you don't have enough time here, I want to get you bring a lot of stuff here. So since the bank in Ghana reportedly freeze the account that has about $4 million, you think they got a call from the US or they just say, you know what, since this happened, let's just go ahead and freeze the account?
Well, they have a, so they work together. So the bank in Ghana that the one that come out, the other one and two. So anybody who put their money in that you're doing business, you screw. But the first thing, let's get that one clear. You screw. They don't care. They're not going to investigate and say, oh, let's take on your share. Let's get your share. That's why you don't do business with criminals and people who are shady characters. That's why you don't do business with people who are criminals and shady characters. But here is something that's interesting. That's very important. There are other accounts that people don't know about. There are other accounts. Like, let me say this to you. Nathaniel McGill, he will lose weight in the twinkling of an eye the next time you see him in person. Because the way they're messing with him is deeper than he thinks. Another person that passing around talking a bunch of foolishness on common is Samuel Twain. I saw him writing this morning, Priska Paul, and I see what the other guy represented Akara's great posting it. Let me say this to these guys.
What are they saying?
He writing how he honor him. They've taken this honor him. He's reached 10% this, he reached the other one writing a bunch of foolishness. Let me say this to Akara's Gray. Let me say this to Akara's Gray. I don't know this man, but his name has been ringing all around the place. Akara's Gray guy. Akara Gray should be very careful. He and Thomas Fowler. I wrote both of them name on my Facebook page. The same way I wrote Nathaniel McGill name a few days before this whole noise. He should be very, very careful. He has a daughter in his country. His wife lives in his country. Akara's Gray. You don't want to create attention yourself. This is not a CDC Labrador talking point. You need to behave. Sekou Kalasko. Let me send a message to Sekou Kalasko. You are from Kakata, Magidi County. Let me send a straight message to you. All of you are listening. Let me send a straight message. You are a young man. You just got married. You have a whole life in front of you. Keep being your presidential aide. Shut your mouth about things that you don't know. Stop writing foolishness. Stop this foolishness. Those of you who know Sekou Kalasko personally, reach out to him and tell him to slow down, behave himself. Let him be passing around wearing t-shirt and t-trousers and showing muscle. That's okay. Leave this other noise. It's bigger than you, my people. You have no clue what you are into. You continue this foolish noise. When attention should come to you, your whole future will be screwed up. Even the small money that you get keeping, it will be swept away. Stay away from this noise. This noise is bigger than you, Sekou Kalasko. It is bigger than you. It is bigger than anything you've seen in your life.
What did he say?
Well, Mr. Kane, all I can say to you is
no. I just since you call his name, I want to know exactly, where he's
all I'm saying to you is and the rest.
Saying something to this effect? I mean,
ain't writing partner around you. You sanction, you're not sanction. Will vote for you. I let this son talking bunch of foolishness and writing bunch of foolishness. He need to behave. Let him continue. He will understand. He will understand the program very soon. Let him continue. But here's something I want to say to you, Mr. Kane. All of you who are doubting, all of you who have doubted that this thing is a joke, President George Weah, this is my open warning to you. Let him go. The legislature, you don't think about bringing Betwale there. You leave Betwale alone. You leave Betwale alone. Then he will cry somewhere else. How about you? What the other guy need? Papa Chimo with a very loud name. You know that you will make part two. There's a new show now in Liberia, in America, they call The List. Part two coming up very soon. We are watching out for part two. I'm saying that all of the corrupt people, all of the criminal people, and all of you who are taking money from Nathaniel McGill, everything is being tracked and traced. That includes Costa himself. And you think this is a joke? It's not a joke. And we inside. Mr. Kane, I gotta run. I will follow the show.
Yeah, but you just throw some monkey. You just throw some monkey wrench and just running away. But
I'm not understanding you too low.
I say you just said some things and then running away, but that's fine. We will talk about that later on.
But I'll be on Saturday. Yeah. I'll be on Saturday for an in-depth conversation with our guests, and Sunday as well. So we get an opportunity to talk. And we'll continue to throw hints on what's going to happen as we move forward, because the new show they call the list. They show like easy. They call the new show the list.
No problem.
Have a good day and thank you.
Thank you very much. So, folks, that was Steve Boley. He gives his opinion on issues, as always. He calls some names and gives some warning to other people. Liberia is a different country. Informations in Liberia are very quick to go around. So when you hear something, don't just disbelieve it or just believe it. You take it, you listen to it, and then you make your own research about it. My belief, before we get to the topic we are on about Cummings' running mate, we know very well that the list of people to be sanctioned It's not just 3 people. The list is longer than 3 people. We know that. If the list will be reduced, we don't know. Some people who are on the list, if they change their behavior or attitude, they will be removed. We don't know that. But we know for the fact that there are a lot of people who have been investigated, profiled, have documentary evidence, video evidence, and proof on them. United States will not just come out and just accuse you on wrongdoing just like that. They don't do that. When you're accused, they will ask for proof, they will ask for evidence, they will ask for anything that will collaborate the information to make sure that it's true before they can act on it. That's why when they're acting, they don't speak based on hearsay. They speak directly to the issue and come out with their decision. So let's pay attention to that. Some of the people you will see carry on different behavior or attitude in the coming days, months, they will do so So those of you who think this is about opposition versus government, you are missing it. Those of you who think that you can just talk this thing, through, or it's going to be about government versus this and that, you are making mistake. Stand up against bad governance. Stand up against corruption. Stand up against human rights abuse. They are bad things. United States, we don't have to wait for United States to talk about it. So I'm going to go back now to Cummings VP. Somebody say, Cummings need to get somebody who is, clean, who don't got problem, who is like him. Let me say this to you. Corruption in Liberia. I'm not sure as to how many people that are corrupt free in Liberia. What I know for sure, there are a lot of people that have been accused, but they are yet to have their day in court or be convicted. I know for sure there are a lot of people who are accused based on something we call guilt by association. Because this person works in this government, because this person associated with that person, then definitely that person is guilty. We have that in Liberia. What makes Weah and his government apparent, because we are seeing on a daily basis, and they themselves admitting to wrongdoing, admitting to corruption, in fact, defending corruption. That is the difference. So to tell you, if you think Alexander Cummings is going to win Liberian presidency, thinking that Cummings is the cleanest hand in the world and everybody else is dirty, Cummings will not win. I can give you that message right now. There are people who are accused. There are people who are accused based on what we call guilt by association. There are people who are accused because people hate them. There are people who are accused because certain people don't like them. But very few people are proven to be actually corrupt. Even we are government. In as much as we say Weah is inept, incompetent, there are a lot of other people who are involved and are visible, involving in criminal activities. But not every single person in Weah government are criminals. No, I disagree with that. And not everybody in Weah government are corrupt. They are corrupt individuals. They have admitted to their corruption allegation. They are corrupt individuals who we have seen their corruption in the open, so we don't need any proof. Some of them have admitted. But to look at everybody, oh no, everybody, let me tell you something. The same thing they've been saying about Cummings. Oh, Cummings is new. Cummings does not understand politics. Cummings is this, Cummings is that. They are saying that because the name Cummings was not around Liberian politics until 2016, 2017. So many people don't even know Cummings. So listening to Cummings, people getting to know him, people getting to understand what he has in store, his policy prescriptions, what he wants to see in Liberia done, some of the things he wants to see, some of the things he wants to do. People are now gravitating towards him because people didn't know him. So going to find somebody somewhere, anywhere, oh, that person here is clean, but that person has no impact, have not impacted anybody's life in Liberia, and nobody know them. Nobody really can say anything about them. You can go find them, they're clean. But if they have no impact, nobody know about anything about them, and they have done nothing in Liberia with nobody, yeah, you have clean hands. But to win will be another thing. I think we should judge people based on facts. I've said this before. I don't really care who is at the receiving end. Nobody's perfect. But until we can clearly point to a corrupt attitude or corrupt behavior of individual, not only guilt by association, not only blanket indictment on people, we have come a long way. I'm going to say this to you. You got to be open to working with other people. If you can prove them, if you get proof that they are criminals, like it has been proven against many other people in the Weah government, for example. Some in Ellen government, not all of them. Until you can prove that. If you continue to think that you are better than everybody else, or you are cleaner than everybody else, you are making it difficult for Cummings. Yeah, you can carry the victory for being a clean hand. Yeah, you can carry the victory for being the most honest and integrity person. You can carry that victory. But winning election will be tough for you. Politics, you got to go for the bigger picture. I'm not saying put corrupt people on your team, but people who are being accused. On this list we have right here, for example, Edith Gonglo, Yomli Kanga Lawrence, Liman Gowi. Which one of them that you think Liberia will not have something to say about them? None of them. They will have something to say about all of them. The other on this other list, Gafuan, Tewan, Prince Moi, Jeremiah Kuhn. People will say something about all of them. People got something negative to say about all of them. But how many of them can be proven? So let's be very careful. Let's be very careful as to how we characterize people. I'm not saying somebody's corrupt or somebody's not corrupt. I'm saying all these names, you will find somebody who will say negative thing about them. Somehow. but how many of them can be proven? For example, Tiawan Gonglo. Tiawan Gonglo worked in Ali's government. Tiawan Gonglo is a lawyer. Tiawan Gonglo is somebody that a lot of people respect. But there are a lot of other people that have question mark on him. You know, Tiawan Gonglo is a good man. Many people will say, but some people have problem with him. In fact, some people are telling me, Sekou, that Edef Gonglo is more popular and is even better and a winnable candidate in Nimba County than Tiawan Gonglo. What can you tell the people? People are saying that Edef is more popular in Nimba and can get more number in Nimba than Tiawan Gonglo. Those are brothers and sisters. People always have something to say. Prince Moi, for example. Prince Moi is from Unity Party. He was elected first as representative. Now elected as senator. Somebody will say Prince Moi is corrupt because he was deputy speaker under Buffer Chambers in the Weah government. Somebody will say, oh, you know, the man voted with Weah there on a lot of different stuff. But those are the things we call blanket indictment or guilt by association. When it comes to their individual behavior, individual character, you got to assess them, follow them. If you see anything direct, they were directly involved and they're being prosecuted for or guilty for, then you can have something to say. Somebody will say, oh, Gafwan was finance minister. Gafwan was foreign minister under Ellen. Ellen government was corrupt. Then you got to go back to Gafwan as a finance minister, a minister of planning and economic affairs, whatever he was. But he was finance minister for sure. We know that. He was once foreign minister. Blanketly, as Unity Party, everybody said they were corrupt. But I don't know if Gafon has been found guilty of any corruption or corrupt act. But we can all say because Ellen was corrupt, Ellen government was corrupt, everybody in government are corrupt. And we have to understand this. Politics in Liberia is based on three things. If you extend it, you could go to 4 things. First things, Liberian people vote for people based who know you. Popularity, name recognition. Secondly, Liberian people vote for you based on county or sectional affiliation. We're from the same county. Or they person from the southeast. They person from upper Liberia or lower Liberia, eastern Liberia, west Liberia, western Liberia. They person here from my county. They person in my south. You know, we got something in common. Or tribe. If this person is a Pele person in Liberia, they expect this person to do well in the Pele speaking area, Bon County, Magibi, and somewhere upper Lofa County. If the person is from Lofa, they expect the person to do well because you know what? Lofa is one of the biggest county in Liberia. So a lot of people, they will vote, they don't even care about the history of this person. All they vote for is this person is from our county. This person is from Nimba. If the monument, all the monument people there, you know, majority of them will vote for their person because they want their person to be vice president. If like Guillaume, they want their person to be vice president. So Nimba is rich vote. I mean, vote rich county. The people will just, support him. So in Liberia, you got to factor in all of those things. But to say, oh, we don't want anybody who corrupt. We don't want anybody who work in government before. We don't want anybody who have done this before. You're going to stay long looking. And you may not find anybody. That's just the truth. The people, the pundits, the political pundits, people who talk every day, they will always have something to say. They criticize, especially when something is not in their interest. Especially those people who are opinionated based on party line. They will always say something against the other party, regardless of who you put there. Even if you bring Jesus Christ, they will have something to say. So for me, I think you should open your eyes. Don't act like a saint. Don't act like you're better than everybody. Don't act like you know better than everybody. Don't act like you are Jesus Christ, for God's sake. Don't act like you're Prophet Muhammad. Even those people, they're human beings too. Islamically, we consider both Jesus Christ and Muhammad as messengers of Allah, of God. People who came to deliver mankind, to give you God's message, to distinguish to you what is right or wrong, what you should do, what you shouldn't do, what are things that are acceptable and things that are not acceptable to God. But they too, they were human. So, and people had nasty things to say about them, stupid things. People are tempted to kill. They say all kind of malicious things about them. So for me, when people are vetting as to who you want to see as vice president, don't be too petty. Don't make your decision based on hearsay, something tangible. And one thing in Liberia, if we talk about baggage, if we talk about shady characters, criminal records, if Liberian people were actually voting based on shady records, criminal characters, proving criminal behavior, then you shouldn't even be worried about George Weah then. If Liberian people can vote based on character, based on criminal activities, based on proving criminal acts, then you shouldn't be worried. That means people automatically vote like George Weah out because it's proving. They can defend the record all they want, but it's proving that Weah and his people are involved in corruption. So yeah, since everybody is corrupt now, and people are not going to vote for corrupt people, people are not going to vote for shady characters, they'll just vote for clean hands, then there's no more to campaign. That means there's no need to campaign anymore. Because we are McGill, Samuel Twe, Buffer Chambers, and the rest of them, Thomas Fala, they are all being involved in criminal activities that they're supposed to be defending. But yet, in as much as we know that those guys are involved in those criminal activities, but we still believe that if election is held today and opposition are not united, we are to win. Why? Since it's about character now, since it's about clean record, and you know those people, they are corrupt. You know they're being involved in a lot of corruption activities. So why are you worried? If Liberian people are voting based on character, if they are voting based on corrupt-free human being, if they are voting for you because you are the best or the cleanest hand ever, why should we worry? That means we will be automatically voted out. My point is, don't never act like you are a saint. Don't never act like you are better than everybody or you know better than everybody else. If you do that, you will find yourself in isolation, in self-isolation. Nobody will care about you. That's just the truth. So we should not question the credibility and integrity of everybody. No. It's a fair game to say people should be scrutinized. It's a fair game to say, let's make sure we got people with good moral. So that when they are in position, you expect them to do better. You expect them to be, fair to the Liberian people and do their work. When it comes to the way people think about them, Liberia is one of the most or the highest consumer and producer of fake news. People lie. They look at you, they lie on you because they don't like you. Somebody asks you for something today, you don't give it to them, they lie on you. They look in your face and lie. So people who are accused by other people with no proof, people who are being considered as corrupt based on their associations, people who are accused of being criminal because of hatred from certain people, we should need just throw them under the bus. Let's learn to investigate people. Let's learn to accommodate people when there's no proven fact against them. Trust me. In as much as I believe there are a lot of criminals and people in Weah government, but I believe there are certain people too that are not criminal. Some of them, they can't speak because of they are afraid of being reprimanded or being, attacked, even being killed. Some of them, they are speaking behind the scene. And some of them, even if election is held today, they will vote against Weah, even though they are in the government, because they are not being treated fairly. They know exactly what's going on. But not everybody is a criminal. So when we say guilt by association, I'm not talking about people working in aiding and abetting or collaborating with other people to do criminal acts. I'm not talking about that. But because you work for SKTV and somebody accused Sekou of being corrupt, and that does not automatically make you a corrupt person, unless it can be proven that you work and connive with Sekou to engage in criminal acts or corrupt acts. So those who will be helping Cummings and other people in finding the vice president, I would say you should open your eyes. I saw somebody talking about, oh, this person is that, this person is this. Who do you think you can bring to make running mate for Cummings that will add value, that will add vote to Cummings? And mind you, if Cummings should win or must win, he must have a vice president from one of those three counties: Lofa, Bon County, or Nimba County. You can do your vetting, you can choose who you want to choose, but at the end of the day, people in Liberia, they vote for people they know. They vote for people that they can relate to. They vote for people that have impacted them somehow, some ways. They vote for people based on their connection. That's why most of those guys that you see winning as independent because of what they're doing for the people, their connection, personal connection with people. So all you think what you're doing, okay, we want somebody clean, we want clean hair, we want this, we want that. That's good. But be careful. Not everybody who are accused of being dirty handed are not dirty. Because you have not proved it. And you can't just say because somebody say it. Just be very careful. So you can't touch your hand of your leader. Because some of you continue to behave the way you're behaving, Cummings will not even find a vice presidential candidate that you will like. A winner, or there will be a winnable one. Because why? You think everybody else is dirty. You think everybody else is a criminal. When Cummings is not. You think everybody else are corrupt when Cummings is not corrupt. A lot of people are accused. But how many of it can be proven? So it's very, very important. If you think Liberian people will not vote for Mr. X because he's corrupt, or because he's been accused of being corrupt with no facts, if you think Liberian people will vote for people because they believe that their person's name has been called by somebody that the person is corrupt with no proof, if you think so, then nobody should worry about Dylan. I mean, or what's his name? Is Weah. Because the Weah government, not only they are corrupt, but they themselves. You remember Eugene Nangbe came on during the $16 billion conversation. He said, yeah, the $16 billion were missing. Samuel Tuakin said, no money missing. Nathaniel Peter came, he said, you know what, money is missing. As a matter of fact, we're going to suspend the vice chair for the central bank. In fact, people got arrested and then got free. So a Liberian people can vote based on the fact that anybody who is accused or anybody who involved in corruption should not be elected. Then you don't have to campaign. That means we will be voted out. You got to know your voters. You got to know your audience. You got to know people that are voting. You got to know who they are, what they think, and how they think. So leave that thing. Leave that thing. If you have problem with somebody, if you think somebody is corrupt and we can collaborate it, that's fine. That can be used to eliminate that person from the process. But based on those blanket indictment and guilt by associations and people, there are people venting out their feelings about certain people, and then based on that, you say, oh, the person here, they've been accused of this, they've been accused of that. You are making a mistake. Let's take, for example, you want Cummings to take a Messiah, maybe Jesus Christ's son or her daughter. The current vice president is a former wife of Charles Taylor. Charles Taylor, who many believe is responsible for the death of 250,000 Liberians. But she was celebrated and voted for. And we could not win election. I'm not saying it's a good thing, but I'm telling you the people who are voting, the kind of people you have in Liberia, the kind of people you are dealing with. I'm not taking call again, but this person calling, let me take the call. What is your name?
No,
No. It's okay. It's okay. Go ahead. You want to say something because you know what to call today, so go ahead.
Oh, yeah. I'm just getting tired with the way how things are going now in our Liberian politics. So some of us it's better you don't say anything. You stand up better chance not saying anything or expressing your view. I mean, it's just so sad. But I mean, I'm listening to what you're saying, but at the same time, I'm a little bit confused.
Mm-hmm.
And why am I confused? Yeah, because one would say, because now when I'm looking at things from different perspectives, someone who is on the side of the CDC will say, "Oh, Sekou, how come you are now calling for due process when it is on the other side? But when it's on the other side, then due process does not count because one can argue and say the list provided by the U.S. Has not gone to court. So one can say that is still. So one can say we can call them criminals, not including me, because I know some of the things those guys have done. But just for the sake of being on the other side and then looking at things from other perspectives, what do you think people will also say? But they are not criminals because they have been no court that have read it on this. Do you think that would be fair?
Yes. You are 100% correct. But let me tell you. Let me just clarify. Maybe you say you are confused, and I agree. But here is the thing. Here's the difference. I said clearly that there are people who are involved in those criminal activities that we know of, that we don't even need to go to court to prove them because we know it happened. You know, there are certain things, allegations are different from people who doing things, and we're seeing it. And not only that, people admitting to their own doing. So let's say, for example, if you admit to me that you were involved in certain criminal act, do I need to go to court to prove that? So let me just give you another example. Let me give you another example. When the sanction document says that Serena Cephas was engaged in sharing evidences in order to ensure conviction. We know that happened, right? You and I know that we don't exactly that. We don't have to go to court to prove that. That's exactly what happened. We saw it. So you see, okay. And secondly, Nathaniel McGill said, yes, even if we still and build house here and we're building it for you, yeah, even we steal money and get to Liberian people. And we're giving it to you, yeah. Even when I die today, my house I'm building right here, am I going to go with it? No. But the man is telling you directly, yes. Even if I do it, it's not a bad thing. But then you're seeing it happening. You're seeing the man building house and putting light there for dead body when people who are alive, they don't even have a fitting house to stay in, let alone to have a light. So in the case of the Bulgarian company that came to Liberia when they took 3.5 million from the people, we said it here, and you never heard anyone denying it, right? That's one. Number two, when the IMF took over, help strengthen the central bank, $50,000 were coming out. $50,000 was coming out every month for Jefferson Koji State cleaning the city. $50,000 every month. $10,000 were going from central bank were going to both Akala Gray and Thomas Fala monthly. Extra $15,000 were coming from the maritime for Thomas Fowler and Akala Gray. Those are facts. So, and those are criminal activities. So, when somebody, that's why I say, if you can prove the criminal act of this person or these people, then you have a point. But those who are merely accused with no fact, no point of reference, we should be careful how we can make judgment when it comes to bringing those people on board, because some people that are being accused falsely based on hatred or somehow based on political, party playing game with each other. That was the point I'm trying to make. Those who can confirm their behavior versus those who are just merely accused.
Yeah. So let me just say this before I leave, because I'm driving. So I totally agree with your point, but I also want you to know that if you saw me with a gun and I shot a person right there with all the police officers around, I'm not going to get killed. I will have to be taken to court. They could have to prove my intent of why I did what I did. Also, there have been people and I think you have things. Some of my work behind the scenes against this government. You have seen some of my paper trail. The ICC, they have this guy from Agriculture, Wakala. They have him as a war criminal for patriotism. But what's different for him? He went through the case and he was exonerated. So yes, people can be accused about things that we might think that these people are wrong, even with all the evidence that we have, but until the court can say it, we will still keep speculating and still call it criminal. But thank you.
And again, before you go, Ben, I like the fact that you can do your investigation. You can go behind the scene, do even more than what is being, put out there in public space. But let me say this: when we are speaking.
I have already reached to the bank. I have already reached to the bank in Ghana and the US. So I am hoping to.
I say I will call you. We'll talk later. because I know you can do your work. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say, Ben, before you go, is that not only we are not even speaking on the legal aspect here. We are speaking the court. We are speaking the court of public opinion. If you try to reject, if you try to reject everybody based on allegation, and thinking that you are the Messiah, you are Jesus Christ, you will end up getting nobody. Because in terms of court of public opinion, people have something to say about everybody.
That's true. That is true.
You see the point. And so politically, it's not good for you to portray yourself as the cleanest and everybody else is dirty. If you do that, you will end up finding yourself in self-isolation, and they will not be good for you politically.
Yeah, because it will be hard for you to find somebody in Nigeria that will be extremely free from a lot of these things. So
exactly.
You will be boxing yourself, because at the end of the day now, the same thing that you are going against, people will have to question you. So, why did you bring this person up?
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, so you are definitely right.
Yeah. So that was the point. But I'll call you later. We'll talk about some of the information that you are gathering.
All right, man. All right. Take care then.
All right. Thank you. So, folks, I think we'll leave it there for today. This is just a piece of advice to all our friends in the ANC, in any other political party, that let's be careful what we can ask for. Let's be careful. Sometimes you can say, you know what? I'm going to clean this country. I'm going to make this country like a heaven. I'm going to make this country like United States, or maybe Great Britain, or maybe Switzerland. But you must be elected first. You can never be elected in isolation. You have to open up You got to be willing to accommodate other people. Don't make your judgment based on speculations unless you have facts available to you. And the same Liberian people that you are talking about here, that you want to vote for, that you want to end your vote. If you think they will not vote for anybody with allegation of crime, or anybody who being like, when I'm talking about allegation, I'm talking about mere allegations, speculations, conjectures, people who just talk and bring in stuff about other people just to blackmail them or just to blemish their image. I'm not talking about those people. So if you are to choose anybody, be careful what you say. In politics, you need popularity, you need likability, you need electability. Come in and say, oh yeah, we the clean hand, I will not elect you. Trust me. And if you think that can elect you, then you don't even need to campaign anymore, because Weah is now only proving that they are involved in criminal activity. We have said it over and over. Now, the United States came up and said the same thing we have been saying over the years. So that means no more campaign. Since it's about, credibility, character, and this and that, then that means it's finished. Election is over. The next day, opposition will be elected. But that's not how Liberian people think. People still going to vote on individual. People still going to vote for their connection. People still going to vote for their party affiliation. People still going to vote for their tribal affiliation. People still going to vote for their party affiliation, regardless of who is on that ballot. You have to understand that politically. I'm not saying go and take non-criminal and maybe your running mate. No, I'm not saying that. But don't just be carried away. As a matter of fact, people who you are running against, no matter who you put on your ticket, you have something to say about them, regardless. But look at the facts. Look at the facts. And consider what is in it for you politically. If there's nothing proven against them that you can prove, you should be careful about what to say about other people. At the end of the day, let me give you an example. Those people who, some people that I know, that have been talking, that they used to talk nonsense about Musa Belete, for example. Musa Belete position was not known by some of them. That's, oh, Musa Belete is a criminal, Musa Belete is this. Some of the same people, when it was proven that Musa Belete was supporting Cummings, they were defending Musa Belete. That's Liberia right there. Some of the same people that were raining praises, even worshiping Darius Dillon. When Dillon said, I'm leaning towards Joseph Boakai, the same people started to insult him. That man is a criminal, the man can be trusted. That's Liberia right there. Same people that was singing praises to George Weah, that said all the good things about George Weah, that even marketed George Weah to be president. When they didn't get their way, automatically, George Weah became criminal to them. That's Liberia, without even saying everything that just happened. Right off the bat, by the time George Weah gets elected and then names started coming up, when they did not see their name there, those that were defending him, that fought for him, they automatically turned to his enemy. They started talking about war crimes code, just to create problem. So all of these people who are running their mouth, talking here and there about other people they have no information about, you should be very, 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 very careful. Let me see here. I have a friend who wanted to come on here. I'm not sure if, let me see here. For 10 minutes, possibly. Let me see here if I can bring him on. He used to be on this platform as well. Let me see here. Let me see. Sure. Well, I can't even find. Let me see here. Well, what I will do here, let me see if I can get this link to this brother here so he can come on. He wants to say something. Let's see here. Okay. We got this right here. Okay. So, my friend, if you can, if you follow in, I just sent you the link. So you can come on. We have about maybe roughly 10 minutes to go. Yeah. So, you know, in Liberia, our people, some are honest, some are not. But per our history, majority of people voting in Liberia, they don't vote on issue. Majority of the people who are voting in Liberia, who have voted in Liberia in the past, they are proving not to vote on issue. They vote on individual. They vote on affiliation. They vote of country. They vote of tribe. They vote on tribe. Look at Prince Johnson for example. Who in Liberia don't believe that Prince Johnson is a criminal? They know. Who don't believe in Liberia that Prince Johnson is a killer? They know. But they don't care. So when you are talking about integrity, consider the vote of those who are voting. Those who are voting. And a lot of people are very dishonest. Even though they can see the truth, but based on political reasons, they will agree with lies. They will support lies. They will support lies. They will even finance lies. So, Bala, if you're watching, I said just sent you the link. You can join us. We will give you the opportunity to say what you wanted to say. And hopefully you are listening. Yes. Yes. So again, even some of those people who are here, some of them, they are educated. They think they are smart. But yet, even though they listen to the person who made up the story, who created the lie that Alexander Cummings was gay, The Arizona Cummings say he was struggling with the gay life and this and that, even though it was a lie. And the person came up to say, we fabricated lies, fabricated story against this man. And some of them, up to now, grown men, stay carrying that belief. They know it's lie, but they believe by perpetuating that lies and fabrication will help them prevent Cummings from running. Those are the kind of things that I can stand. Call me support if you want. Call me opposition if you want, but I don't just support lies and fabrication. They are liars. The people, they think the people are stupid. They can see lie, fabrication when they will support it. Look at Liberia. Okay, Liberia, community should not carry anybody, that this, that. The same Liberian people that you're talking about now, they're going to be voting on issue. They say, you came Mama, you came Papa, I will vote for you, and they voted for him. How many percent? They voted for Charles Taylor. Yeah, you voted on issue. You voted on anybody who will baggage. You want to defend people who will baggage, blah, blah, blah. They say, you don't know, but will vote for you. They voted for Is Weah overwhelmingly. They say, Ellen, you sponsor war. You not sponsor war. We don't care. We'll vote for you. Those are the people that you're dealing with. You can sing your integrity song, the clean hands song, everything you want every day. But you better put your act together. People who are being merely accused, that there's no fact, there's no proof, there's no open confession about what they have done. You better think again. Choose people who can help you win. Choose people who you get no clear record of their involvement in corruption. Before you can effectuate any change or changes, you have to win first. Be good all you want. Be the best person. But if you are not in position, you cannot do anything. So on that note, we'll call it a day. I was waiting for my friend who had contacted us that he wanted to come and make a few points. He's not responding. He texted me actually earlier, but I did not see the calls at the time. But now that we are almost to the end of the show now, we got to just let it go for today. Hopefully. But let me announce to you that tomorrow, on Saturday, this coming Saturday, we have Councillor Jerome Verdi on here to discuss the importance of this sanction. Him and his organization, they contributed immensely to bringing sanction on these government corrupt individuals in the government. And we learned there are more to come. We'll talk about the in and out, deep conversation about the sanction and what to expect next, and what it means for Liberia and what it means for the upcoming election. Councillor Jerome Verdi will be here on Saturday. And on Sunday, it will be a continuation of our conversation with Honorable Yaka Koluba to also include the issue of sanction, and should there be any person within the legislature to be added to the sanction list, what are they going to do? And the continuation to contribute to the process of Yaka Koluba and others, opposition defense or opposition protection brigade, that he vowed that they will not do anything that have to do with arm or anything. We'll bring them on Sunday. Yaka will be here. I want to say thank you. We love you. God bless you. and you have a pleasant day. Will not be here. I will not be here tomorrow. Probably Steve will be on. But for Saturday for sure, we'll have Jerome Vedier. And on Sunday, we'll have Honorable Yaker